Now, I don't know about you guys, but I get about a dozen eggs a day with my birds, with my hens. I've got about 12 hens, and I'd say that they're each laying about 1 egg a day. You can see there's no bald spots on any of them. They aren't even a year old yet. My roosters look phenomenal. I've got about 4 roosters. I got them all in April, and they have been pumping out eggs for about a month, I'd say, maybe a little bit longer. But as you can see, I got a few in here that I haven't gotten yet. Got 4 in there, 3 in there. And they look awesome. I'm pretty proud of the shape and the fullness of all their feathers and their bodies. But let's go outside. I'll show you my storage bin that I keep all the feed, and teach you guys how to mix up your own. Let's go. So I buy these by the 50-pound bags. They come in white sacks, and this is what is in the scratch grain. It has got cracked corn, oats, wheat, and barley. This is a 4-grain mix. It is a 8% protein, and the chickens do really well on this stuff. I really like it. So I've dumped in about a half a bag of this, and I've also got right here is my 16% protein layer pellet, straight from Tractor Supply. And here is my black oil sunflower seed. I've also got a grain that I'm sure you've probably never heard of. It is called triticale. It is a great protein base feed. It's a grain itself. It's got 13% in it, and it's not very expensive, so if you're looking to minimize your cost, triticale is a phenomenal grain. It looks a lot like wheat. So if you don't know how to open these bags up, okay, so you've got your double string on the left, you got your single string on your right. You're gonna take your knife, you're gonna cut it right here, right at the end. You're gonna take this side and this side, just kind of pull it apart, just like that. You got your single string on your right, and you just pull it off. Easiest way to open your bags and to be able to reuse them without tearing them open, cutting a big hole in the side. This is triticale, and like I said, it looks so similar to wheat. It is a cross between wheat and rye. Like I said, it has a lot of protein in it. A lot of dairy farmers use it for growing forage for their dairy cows. If you've got cleaned or not cleaned, it doesn't really matter. The chickens do great on it. And I've even had some people tell me that their chickens didn't molt throughout the winter time, which that is always great, because when they don't molt, that means that you get eggs all winter long. So basically what I do is I dump in a half a bag of my 4-grain mix, half a bag of my triticale. I'm gonna mix all this together. And then I'm gonna dump it in about like that much of the protein pellet. Mix it all together again. Now next I'm gonna put in, not a lot, but just a sprinkle of the sunflower seeds, because sunflower seeds have lots of protein in it, and you don't want to have an overabundance of protein, but it's still great to have it because they love them. And I mean, hey, we love sunflower seeds too, right? So we got this pretty well mixed up. Now next, I'm just gonna repeat the process. I'm gonna dump in the rest of the other bags. I'm gonna dump in the triticale, and I'm gonna dump in the 4-grain. Mix it all together. and dump the rest of my layer pellets and another sprinkle of black oil sunflower seeds. Now the reason that I like this 4-grain mix is because it's got cracked corn in it. Corn is really good in the wintertime, especially because it gives your chickens some extra energy. But honestly, I don't like giving them too much because in the wintertime, they're pretty much locked in that room for the majority of their winter. If they have too much energy, then they're gonna be going crazy because they can't get out. So, since I've got the heat lamps, a decent amount of cracked corn in the whole feed mix, they pretty well stay content. As I'm feeding, when I'm taking this out, it's also getting mixed around at the same time. So basically, you get a mix that's just kind of a whole mix of everything. Every scoop that I'm getting out, it's gonna be pretty much the whole batch. They're gonna get a piece of it. That way your chickens aren't just getting the protein pellet, because if you're just getting protein and you're not getting any other type of choice, that's like basically if we were to eat nothing but whey protein powder. You know, you don't want, you know, only your feeders filled up with pellets. I found that that's kind of a little bit of a waste, and honestly it shows if your chickens are balding, pecking at each other. I've found that the choice feeding is a really great way to go. A lot of the other grains have great qualities in it as far as the protein, and you know, you kind of get the vitamins and the stuff that the chickens need out of the protein pellets. But if you're just feeding that, I don't know, I've just found personally that it doesn't go as well as doing a big mix of different varieties of grains. Plus, I mean, you know, the chickens lay eggs every single day all year round. I don't get a time of the year where my chickens aren't laying eggs. I think that that really comes down to their diet and what they're eating. Of course, it also matters about your water. You've got to have them with water all the time. That is what I use to feed my chickens. I'll show you one more time. My chickens are happy chickens. They are all full feathers, no balding, no pecking. Of course, they peck at each other a little bit here and there, but you know, for the most part, they are good-looking birds. They're getting a little nervous. I don't think they like my camera. What? It's okay. And look, I just filled these up before I started to the brim, and they've already gotten, you know, an inch or two down from the top. And another thing, they really don't leave a lot of waste on the floor. Even if there is, you know, they'll come through and they'll just peck through this stuff and pick out what they still want to eat. All right, I'm leaving. So there you have it. That is my personal favorite thing to feed my chickens, along with table scraps, you know, the vegetables and the fruits. They love all that stuff, and they also love to pick through the chicken run out here. I'm just gonna bring out here. It's a little windy and a little rainy today, but their chicken run, I've laid straw down, so once that gets kind of muddied up, they like to stir that around, and a lot of bugs will start coming through the ground, and they'll dig right through it and find their little bug buddies, and they'll have a feast out here. So it's really a whole matter of different choices that I think really make a difference for chickens. You know, if they're just getting the protein pellet, that's like just getting whey protein powder for humans. And I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to eat just whey protein powder every meal. So I personally like the choice feeding. I think it's great for them, and they seem to really enjoy it. And I get an egg a day from each chicken, so about a dozen eggs each day. and I'm happy with that. I can provide for my family with that, along with other members of my family, so works out for everybody. So anyways, thanks for watching this video, guys. I'm gonna get back to work. Tune in for the next one and have a good one.